Shalom. This is Following Yeshua. So we've had our live streams, and for the past couple days, I've received quite a few emails and texts from those who have finally made the decisions to make moves. Some have had these plans in the making, and now they are expediting them. And then I had those that are still asking questions. First, I want to say this: that the Most High Yah has put it on your heart to make these moves to prepare you, to protect you, then it is not anybody's job, it is not my job to confirm it. If He's told you, then you go. I've also been inundated with people who have asked, where do they start? Well, right now, considering the things that we see, there may not be much time for you to do things the way you had originally planned. Maybe the plan is come out, if you are looking for land, move on to somebody else's property. I have had several people ask me about that, those who own land, and say, would I do it? There are people who are asking them, or is that something I would do? Well, it depends. It depends. If a person is serious or if a person is not. I've come to understand there are a lot of people that are not serious about the moves that they are making in this life. A lot of people are reactionary, and that's what I see a lot of is a reactionary people that don't really want to make moves, but they're making it for the sake of this virus, for the sake of what could come economically. There's going to be fallout, brothers and sisters. There's going to be fallout because of what we are seeing. There is going to be fallout. Things like this don't happen, and there are no economic ramifications. There's going to be great economic ramifications. Great. It's not a matter of what plan you have, or did you have a plan. It's a matter of, are you executing it now? One thing I shudder at, I talk to quite a few brothers and sisters, and they're telling me, my family, they're just sitting there and they don't really care, and they're saying this or they're saying that. What do I do to influence them? Nothing. You can't do anything to influence those that are lazy, docile, apathetic. You can't do anything. One brother was asking me, my family, or not my family, my brother, natural brother, lives in an apartment, and I'm telling him about this, and he doesn't want to make any moves. There's nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do about it. It kind of reminds me of the story of Noah. Noah preached for 100 years, repentance. He preached. At some point, you can only say so much before you have to worry and concern yourself about yourself and your family. What does the Bible say after the first and second admonition? Reject. After you try to warn people and tell people, you just got to stop. Keep your own peace. Focus on the preservation of yourself. I'm just thankful for those that are making the moves, who are coming out. Got reports from probably eight families or individuals, 8 brethren, whether they have a family or not, who are like, wow, you've been saying this for this long, and it doesn't matter how long a person's been saying it. What matters is the moves you make. This thing's been said well before me. So it doesn't matter how long a person's been saying it. I've had people ask, well, when do I bug out? When do I leave? When should I go? Why are you still asking that question? To be honest, this is a decision that should have already been made. I know we're not used to having to make these sort of decisions in life. I know this culture has pacified us to the point where we don't even really know how to make decisions anymore. We could see sign after sign after sign, and like Pharaoh, after every single sign, we harden our heart because we don't want to make the moves. Because a lot of people know they are like the children of Israel, and once they got into the wilderness, they're only going to complain about the system that they no longer are in. They're going to want the leeks and the cucumbers again. See, people know that. And if that's you, then staying is the right decision for you. Stay right where you are. But there are those that are done. The chicken fight. There are those that are done. They already did not want any part of this. And now this is just the kick that they needed to make. Understand that this life requires much sacrifice, and this life takes a lot of energy, a lot of time. And if moving to your land and your land is not set up for it, can be a great trial. So if you know somebody who has some land or whatever, and they are willing to let you go on, that may be the best first step, especially right now. Of course, you're going to have some food. You're going to have a back that is ready to work, whether you be brother or whether you be sister. I'm still getting emails from sisters, all or over, I'm gonna say all over. I don't want to make it sound like it's a lot of them, but over 10 or over 15 in just the last 2 days, last day. That's 24 hours. Who have asked, I don't have this, I don't have that. I am part of this group, camp, ministry, church. What do I do? I don't know. Go ask your elder. Go ask the person that is leading that church. You see, for me, it didn't take, nor should it take any man, a pastor or an elder, to tell you to get ready. That should have been something already ingrained in you as a man, in the preservation of your family. It shouldn't take that. Hold on one second. All right, sorry about that. But it shouldn't take it, but I understand it does. I understand all of us have a starting point. I had a starting point. Some of us weren't taught. I wasn't taught. But then, when it comes to making the move, you can't sit back. You got to make the move. Now they're talking about the likelihood of a national shutdown. It's almost like they're setting us up. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's throwing a hint out there that there could be one. And if there isn't one, hey, you just have enough food to not have to buy food for the next month. Hey, it's like a savings account. It's hopefully longer than a month, because if there's a shutdown, it could lead to more. I mean, I think it's in Indiana or Illinois right now. In Illinois, I believe they passed something within their in the government, the local government. I can't remember what city it was, Champaign, somewhere in there, where they are they're prohibiting the sale of alcohol and the sale of firearms. What does that sound like to you? See, they're not going to let a bad situation go to waste. They're going to use this opportunity to push through things that they want to push, because the people are distracted. The people are buying toilet paper. When you've got a country running out and buying out the toilet paper and not getting food, that should let you know already, things don't sound right. So they're going to push things through right now. They're going to take this opportunity. Rights are going to be removed. I believe also they have the right to. They have the right to detain you. It's either that or somewhere else where they have the right to detain you if you. Or there's a story in Kentucky of a man who's on a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week watch because he's breaking quarantine. It's happening with one person, then it'll happen with 2, then 10. And then pretty soon, before you know it, your rights are gone. If now is not the time to make moves, hey, sometimes you just have to you have to say, you know what? I didn't move, which means I no longer have the options that I had to, but I gotta make moves. I've gotta do something. Yes, we do. We do. You do. So for all those that have made the moves and have come out and are now in that process, I know 4 families right now that are at this time. They're either leaving tonight or they're driving to their land right now. They had a plan, and we're leaving in June, we're leaving in August, we're leaving in September, and they're leaving right now. They're driving right now. I know one brother who left San Francisco, or left Bakersfield. Left Bakersfield and said, screw it. Just screw it. To hell with it. Let his family know, hey, I packed up whatever I have, and he'd heard my story, and so I packed up whatever I could take, and the rest of the stuff. Listen, dropped the key off and said, y'all can go ahead and get whatever you need at my house. It's yours. I'm not coming back. Hallelujah. What about you? What about those of you who have not made the move? How many times does the Most High have to warn his people? How many times do we have to be warned before we make a move? Whether it's this, or there's something greater that comes after this. We are showing how lazy and apathetic we truly, truly are. We are showing that, listen, I won't ever make a move. Because the prudent man foresees the evil and hides himself. The foolish one passes on and is punished. And even after this virus thing goes away, what comes from this is even more interesting. This lockdown that could soon be here is going to greatly, this thing has already greatly altered this country. We've crossed a point that we're never going to get back to the way it was. It'll never get back there. It may get close, but it'll never get back there. Just like the Patriot Act after 9/11, the country was never able to get back to what they were before 9/11. We'll never get back to what we were before this coronavirus. Are you ready? And have you made the steps for what comes tomorrow, next week, next month, and next year? You can only say it so many times before a person decides to move. And then there are those that just won't move. I hope your decision of not moving is right. Because if it is not, and this whole thing just blows over, if this whole thing does not just blow over, that's a world of hurt. Simply because we want it to be like the people in Noah's time. Hear the warning and never build an ark. And even in Noah built it. And the whole time was telling people, hey, repent. Come on to the ark, and people still didn't make the move. I surely hope that for those that watch this channel, for those that have participated in live streams, I really hope that's not you. I really do. Bless you. That really carries a different meaning now. Bless you. Shalom.